Dearest friends, family, and kinsmen, we have come to that time which is unlike any other time we come together. We have come not only to mourn my father, our father, husband, our grandfather, brother, teacher, mentor, uncle, but also to thank He who sees all and knows all. We have come to thank the Almighty for the privilege He bestowed on us all to have had Boniface Nasah as father, grandfather, brother, teacher, mentor, and uncle. We shall mourn, but we shall also celebrate a singularly unique life which stretched and touched and impacted people on 6 continents. What follows is our feeble attempt to mourn and remember. May His Creator, the Creator of us all, grant him the peace and the promise that I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, though he die, yet shall he live. The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh. Praise be His holy name.
As I went down to the river to pray, studying about thy good old...
You've heard the current drumming round the
Oh, sisters, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sisters, let's go down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brothers, let's go down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brothers, let's go down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brothers, let's go
Good job, buddy. And look at that workoutaholic running up after 2 rounds. Look at her. Running up like a gazelle. You get first prize.
My name is Goa Nasah. I'm the last cocoa of the family. I have so many fun memories of my dad, but the one that sticks out the most is him coming home one day after work and saying his car broke down. And I must have been 6 or 7 at the time. And my oldest brother, Bunny, who's a year older, was there as well. And we both immediately said, well, Daddy, why don't you buy a new car? And he laughed and said he does not have the money. And we said, well, how are we getting to school? And he said, you're walking to school. And sure enough, the next morning, he grabbed my hand, he grabbed Bunny's hand, and we started walking. We lived in Bastos in Yaoundé at the time, and as we're walking, a couple of folks in the neighborhood recognized him and pulled over to give us a ride, and he declined. And I'm thinking to myself, this is real. And we must have walked about half a mile, and he could see that Bunny and I were getting tired, and so he hailed a cab and got us to school. And as I reflect on that day, I think it was Daddy's way of just saying, in life, you know, not everything comes easy. And I get it now, Daddy. And I'm forever grateful. I love you. Rest in power.
Current drumming round the world.
Hello, family, relatives, friends, well wishers. I'm Bunty Nasah Jr. I'm my dad's fourth child with my mom. And so many memories of my dad. I'll try to be as quick. But the first one is when we lived in Bastos, when we just moved from Jongmeleng, and we were living in a story house. So in the upstairs there was a veranda, and there was a glass door leading to the veranda, and my sister and I were playing, and we broke that glass door. So when Dad came back from work, he said, oh, you guys will pay for it. I'm not paying for it. You guys will pay for it to be fixed. So we said, how are we going to pay? We don't work. He said, well, you guys figure that out. So we started selling our toys or clothes or shoes or anything we could sell. We opened our piggy banks and said, okay, you know, when we got out some money and came out and gave him, he said, okay, did you guys learn something from this? We said, yes, we're going to be more careful so we don't break things around the house anymore, because we don't want to sell our stuff to pay for it. That's one lesson. And another lesson would be, I think Dad always said, live as a family, live together, you know, just like a broom. Together you're stronger, but by yourself you're weak. So that's one of the things he insisted, that let's live together as a family, let's support each other. And that's what will make him happy. Okay, thank you, and wish everybody a safe trip back, and thank you. Bye.
This little story depicts Dad's nature for subtle rebellion. The year was 1966. The occasion was my baptism in the Catholic Church. Now, this was a time when Africa was coming of age, trying to break the shackles of slavery, trying to break the ties of colonialism. Many countries were gaining independence. Pan-Africanism was at an all-time high. It was all the rage. So Dad comes to the priest's office and tells the priest he would like to baptize his daughter. The priest asked him, what will be her names? Dad said, Bomda Namundo Nasah. The priest said, Boniface, she needs an English name. Dad said he had chosen Bomda Namundo Nasah for my names. So the priest said, Boniface, perhaps you don't understand what I mean. He pulled a drawer, opened a drawer from under his desk, pulled out a book of names, handed the book to Dad, and he said, just go through that booklet and pick a name. So Dad went outside of the office. He stood there for 5 minutes, twiddling his thumbs, came back into the office, handed the book back to the priest, and the priest asked him, did you select a name? Dad said, yes, I did. The names will be Bomda Namundo Nasah. So the priest said, Boniface, I'm afraid I cannot baptize your daughter. Dad had to go speak with the late Bishop Vitekov. At the time, he was Father Vitekov. He was a black priest. So Father Vatekov is the one who baptized me. It took a black priest to meet Dad's requirement to not give another English name to the rest of his children after his awakening to what's authentically African, his awakening to Pan-Africanism.
I don't so much have one story about Daddy because Daddy packed so much inside his wisdom box that I'll try to talk about some of the nuggets that I believe I learned from him about how to live a better life. And one of the key ones was to think in a reflective way. In other words, don't take things at face value. Always be bold enough to ask the 4 W's: why, where, what, when, and also how. So I remember once we went to the club, the American club in Yaoundé, which we used to do every Sunday, to swim and to play tennis before going home. So we normally go there after mass, and on this occasion we got there. We were undoing our bags, and a gentleman walked up towards us, obviously thinking that we had no right to be there, and he proceeds to ask, "Who are you?" So I thought Dad was going to respond, in another way, and rather than respond angrily, and ask him, why do you think you can ask us that question? Dad basically turned around and asked him, "What are you?" And with that, the guy, he beat a retreat and went away. So always, he said, you should always stand your ground, know who you are, and always ensure that in everything that you do, you should be reflective about it. Think twice and understand the who, the when, the what, the why, and the how. Thank you.
I am Safako. I'm the first of 5 siblings. You may all know me as Tony. And the reason why I start by saying I'm Safako is to talk about Daddy's love and respect for the Bamileke culture and traditions, something that he tried his best to inculcate in us as we grew up. And one of the ways that he used to do that was through teaching us how to speak the language. And to that end, Tala Andre Marie songs were quite popular, because that's he used to translate those to us as a tool to teach the language. And I remember this song, Potaxina, which means literally leave God alone, but the sense in the message was that man complains a lot about the things of the earth, and that we should let God take control because he knows best, and we should stop complaining. And the beauty of that song is that at the end, there's a chorus that goes, "He panang yang nagwa," which translated means, well, after all that, let's dance and forget. And that really resonates with, or chimes in with, what we're going through at the moment. We will try and forget the pain of your lost Daddy, and try to embrace the joy of the memories of the times we shared together. Love you, and see you soon, and thank you everyone for being here today. Thank you.
Boniface T. Nasah loved music. One of his most favorite songs, amongst other Cameroonian songs, was the Beatles song, All You Need Is Love.
Need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love.
love is all you need.
All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love, love is all you need.
All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, 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 love. Love is all you need.
All you need is love. Love, love is all you need.
All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need.
Which translated means, well, after all that, let's dance and forget. And that really resonates with or chimes in with what we're going through at the moment. We will try and forget the pain of your love study and try to embrace the joy of the memories of the times we shared together. Love you and see you soon, and thank you everyone for being here today. Thank you.
Oh, brother buddy. My dear Bob, now me this.
Dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. Danced for the scribe and the Pharisee, but they would not dance and they wouldn't follow me. I danced for the fishermen, for James and John. They came with me and the dance went on. Dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced on the Sabbath and I cured the lame. The holy people said it was a shame. They winced and they stripped and they hung me up. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. Danced for the scribe and the Pharisee, but they would not dance and they wouldn't follow me. I danced for the fishermen, for James and John. They came with me and the dance went on. Dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced on the Sabbath and I cured the lame. The holy people said it was a shame. They whipped and they stripped and they hung me up.
We were in St. Patrick's College, Calabar, for 2 years, from 19...
Just leave and shoot.
Quickly.
Yes, for 2 years. 1954, 1955, yes. And it is there that, as I noted here, Anthony Atta is from Efik, from Uyo. He was my friend and brother, whom Tony, my first son, was named after. And why? Atta's mother was first to draw my attention to one beautiful girl in Sisisi, Oyo. That girl's name is now my wife.
You see?
Yes, Sisisi, Oyo.
You were just acting there like a teenager.
I hope in the future, one of the children or great-grandchildren will go and see where Sisi Oyo is.
I definitely will, because that's the land of my birth, and I plan to visit.
And so they know where our great-grandmother then came from, where he fell in love with their great-grandfather.
Where the current past.
And it all started like that. It is going on to
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. Just like that.
After that,